You ever have one of those days where you think, surely this can't get any weirder? Then the universe decides to double down and show you just how wrong you are. Yeah, that was me standing there in a suit, still creased from a nerve-wracking presentation, watching my own car, my old, faithful, unassuming gray sedan, getting hoisted up by a tow truck right out of my own driveway. I mean, not the curb, not the street, but my actual driveway wheels, maybe a foot from my garage door. And sitting in its place was this Porsche. Not just any Porsche, no, this thing looked like it had been dipped in a vat of Pepto-Bismol. You ever seen something so pink it feels like it's yelling at your eyeballs? That was this car. And there, leaning against the pink beast, was a teenager, blonde ponytail, pink polo nails, tapping away on her phone, just radiating smug. Didn't even look up when my voice cracked the afternoon air. Just kept texting like I was a fly buzzing around her picnic. I cleared my throat, took a breath. Because you never want to start a neighborhood squabble in a three-piece suit, right? And tried again. Excuse me, miss, can you tell me why my car's about to star in a remake of Gone in 60 Seconds? She finally looked up, bored as anything. Oh, that ugly gray thing. It was in my spot, she says, dead serious, like I'm the one parking in her driveway. Let me back up a sec. This is my house, my tree, my mailbox with the number 1428. My dad carved those numbers himself the year he passed. 5 years I've been here, never had a problem. Now my car's getting towed because a pink Porsche needs a better light for pictures. I thought I was having a stroke, or maybe walked into some alternate reality where teenagers rule the suburbs. Turns out her name is Tiffany, because of course it is. She lives next door. Her dad just bought her this Porsche for her sweet 16. Their driveway was full. Mine was empty, so... Well, possession is 9/10 right. I tried to reason with her, keeping my tone calm, professional. Look, this is my property. You can't just have my car towed. She just shrugged, flicked her ponytail, and said the tow was paid for. You can pick it up tomorrow or whatever. I need to get this shot before the sun moves. That's when I realized I wasn't dealing with logic. I was dealing with entitlement so dense it had its own gravitational field. But here's where the plot thickens. In the trunk of my sedan, under all that chaos, were the blueprints for the Children's Discovery Museum. 2 years of my life rolled up and ready for the board meeting Monday. Only copy thanks to a server crash. If those blueprints disappeared, well, my career might as well hop in that tow truck too. I went after the driver, a guy built like a boulder in a stained T-face set to don't mess with me. I told him it was Grand Theft Auto, that this was private property. He just pointed at the work order and said, take it up with the lady who paid. No eye contact, no sympathy, just another day, another dollar. And with that, my car, my father's car, with the lucky charm my mom gave me, rolled away down the street, leaving me staring after it like a chump. Now, I'll be honest, I am not a shouter. I don't do scenes. But there was a rage in me, cold, not hot. I walked right up to Tiffany, told her she had no idea what she'd just done. She shot back, it's just a stupid car. Then the front door next door opened, and out came her mother, a tennis outfit, salon blonde sunglasses perched like a crown. Barb Wexler. Every inch the suburban queen. She smiled at me, polite as poison, and asked, is this man bothering you, Tiffany? The nerve, right? I told her what happened. She called it a little mix-up, said I should be more welcoming, that you people can be so dramatic. There it was. Not just about the car, about me, the black guy with a nice house and a better job. An unwelcome reminder that her little world didn't work the way she wanted. I told her flat out this wasn't a misunderstanding, this was a crime. She tried to stand her ground, but when I threatened to call the cops, she coughed up the tow company info, shooting daggers out her eyes. I called Easy Impound, got a guy named S on the line, voice like he gargles gravel for breakfast, told me I'd need to bring title ID and $350 cash only. That's how the game's played. Doesn't matter that the whole thing's illegal. They have the car, you have the money, take it or leave it. I called the cops and of course got shunted to the non-emergency line. We'll send someone when available, which is cop speak for don't hold your breath. Meanwhile, my assistant Maria was already sleuthing, because let me tell you, Maria is a force of nature with a phone in her hand. Find out anything you can about the Wexlers, I told her. If I was going down, I wanted to know who pushed me. When the police did show up, 2 officers, Jenkins and Brady, They were polite, even sympathetic, but the law is the law. From the tow company's perspective, it's a legitimate order. Civil matter. So let me get this straight. Someone can sign a work order with my address, tow my car off my property, and I'm the one who has to pay to get it back, and then sue them. Yeah, that's the system. All while Tiffany and Barb were putting on a show. Fake tears, false accusations, trying to flip the script and make me the aggressor. But you know what? I wasn't going to let them win. I paid the ransom. Got my car back with a fresh scratch down the side, naturally. Owner assumes all risk, said the tow lot kid, and my blueprints were safe. But I was done playing defense. Then Maria calls. She's got a file an inch thick. Grant Wexler, the patriarch, runs Wexler Homes, a developer with a rep for shoddy work, cheap materials, lawsuits, and a trail of cut corners you could pave a road with. And get this, Wexler Homes is a finalist for the museum contract. The very project I lead, the one my blueprints are for. The universe man. Sometimes it writes better scripts than I do. Next step, security. I installed cameras everywhere. If the Wexlers sneezed in my direction, I'd have it in 4K backed up to the cloud. Good thing, too, because sure enough, the harassment continued. Tiffany burning rubber at midnight. Landscapers blowing clippings onto my lawn, Barb's dog using my flower bed as its personal powder room. I logged every incident, evidence is power. But the real fireworks hit when the Wexlers threw another party, big as you please, tents, DJ, the works. I watched on my cameras as Tiffany tried once again to have my car towed. This time I didn't run outside. I just called 911, reported a theft in progress, and watched as police swarmed the street, guns drawn, shutting down the tow truck, with my car halfway to the curb. Barb and Tiffany hauled off in handcuffs in front of all their party guests. Tiffany sobbing for real this time, Barb looking like she'd bitten into a lemon. The DJ played Bad Boys as the cruisers pulled away. I swear you can't make this stuff up. The next morning, who should show up at my door but Grant Wexler himself, Mr. Big Shot Developer, trying to play peacemaker. He offered to pay for the damage, cover my costs, donate to charity, anything to keep it out of the news. But I looked him dead in the eye and told him no amount of money fixes this. Your family's behavior isn't a misunderstanding. It's a reflection of your company, your ethics, your whole way of doing business. He tried to threaten me, remind me how important he was. I smiled and let him know exactly who I was, the architect deciding who got that museum contract. He went pale as a ghost. 10 days later, we met in a boardroom high above the city. The museum board asked for my recommendation on Wexler Homes. I laid out everything: court records, safety violations, testimony from homeowners, and of course the security footage of Barb and Tiffany directing the tow truck. The board president turned to Grant and told him in the iciest voice I've ever heard that his company was out immediately, permanently, irrevocably. Word got out. The press feasted. City inspectors came down like a hammer. Investors bailed. Wexler Homes went bankrupt in a month. The pink Porsche repossessed right in the driveway. Barb and Tiffany fined community service, a criminal record to haunt every job application for years to come. And me. Well, the museum project finished on time, under budget. I got promoted. My car still has that scratch like a medal, a reminder. The street's quiet now, the Wexlers long gone, replaced by a nice family who waves every morning. Every time I see that scar, I remember that character's not about how big your house is. It's about what you do when you think nobody's watching. So tell me, have you ever had to fight for your own peace and dignity against people who thought the rules didn't apply to them? Drop your city or country in the comments. Let me know you're here, subscribe. If you can't stand folks like the Wexlers, and let's keep shining a light on stories like these. Because trust me, there's no shortage of entitled people who could use a little reality check, and I've got a feeling we're just getting started.